Hey everybody, I'm back with our story and I'm on chapter 20. Last time we read, Albert was asking Allie why Shay is especially mean to her. And she told the story about how she thought that Shay had taken her crackers, so she took her cake. And Keisha thought it was hilarious. Today is a chapter called, Is This a Good Thing? I hear the front door slam and Travis calls for me. He sounds happy. I mean, really happy. He appears in the doorway of my room. Guess what? What? I ask, but he doesn't answer. He just stands there with a big dumb grin on his face. And then I notice what he has in his hand and I jump up. You got it? Really? He still doesn't answer. He just shakes the keys like a baby rattle. So we run outside and sitting there at the curb is a surprise. But not the kind of surprise I'd hoped for. I know it doesn't look like much, but he's wrong. It looks like a lot. It's enormous and a bright green. I mean, seriously, it's like a pickle on tires. No, I say, it's cool. You can't lie to me, Squirt. I know you too well. Why are there lines on it? I ask, leaning in. Oh, well, I guess the guy that had the car painted it with a brush instead of a spray gun, and I'll have to sand it. I'll have to sand that out and strip the chrome on the side, but the engine is good. It's going to fly. The only way this thing is going to fly is if he straps it to a giant balloon. A sketchbook picture is already drawing itself in my head. And there are no computers in this car. It's that old. Just a man and his machine. I look up. Is that really a good thing? He shoves me a little. You'll love it when I can take you places like to the beach, Six Flags. I look up quickly. Really? Whenever you want to go, Squirt. I had never imagined that his car would be our car, that he would take me places. You want to take it out with me now? Sure. Am I pushing or pulling? You're going to be sorry you dissed this beauty. I'm telling you. You got to be loyal to your car. Travis, you do know it's only a car, right? Only a car? He asks. Only a car? He runs to the other side and slides in. He unlocks the door for me and I get in too. It's a big bench seat. The walking Liberty $50 hangs from his rearview mirror. It makes me feel like Dad and Grandpa are with us. When he turns on the engine, it sounds like a giant with a bad cough. We head up to Farmington Avenue past St. Thomas Church. It had been raining all morning and now it starts again. Big drops of rain fall on the windshield like bombs. Travis says a bad word, pulls over, and grabs a silver spring and a piece of wet rope from the glove compartment. What are you doing? He jumps out into the rain, grabbing the windshield wiper on my side and connecting it to something at the bottom of the window with the spring. Then he ties that wiper to the second wiper and throws the rope through his window and jumps in, laughing and dripping wet. What the heck are you doing? I ask. 3 hours, he says. What are you talking about? 3 hours after this thing was registered this morning, the wiper motor went out. So I went to the hardware store and rigged this up. Watch. With his left arm, he pulls the rope and the wipers clear the window of water. When he lets go, the spring yanks them back, slapping the bottom of the window. Hey, I thought you said you were a genius, I joke. I am. All geniuses deal with the bugs in the system. Isn't that more like what anteaters do? Hilarious, he laughs. Isn't it a little hard to drive and do that? Yeah, you're right, Squirt. You can do the wipers, he says, throwing the rope into the back seat. Climb over and sit behind me. Okay, I say, climbing over the seat. I give the rope a pull and then let it go, and the wipers slap up and down. It's kind of fun to see the wipers clear the window, make the blurry clear. And I think about what a great drawing this will be later, and I'm happy for the weird pickle-colored car. Wow, this is fun and hard, I tell Travis. My arm's getting tired. He watches me in the rearview mirror and laughs, and I laugh too. And it makes pulling the rope even harder. We pull up to the red light, and Travis tells me to look at the face on the old lady riding in the car next to us, and I do. She looks shocked, and I think her expression is the funniest thing I ever see. Until I see Shay sitting next to her. As soon as Mr. Daniels steps into the hallway to talk to another teacher, Shay says in her "I'm being loud on purpose so everyone can hear me" whisper voice, "So, Jessica, yesterday I saw Allie riding in this disgusting green colored car that I can't believe is even allowed on the road. Allie had to pull a rope to do the windshield wipers." "You must be joking," said Jessica. "Allie, what junkyard did you find that heap in?" Jessica laughs like she's supposed to. "I try to ignore them. My mom has always said you just ignore mean people because they are trying to get a rise out of you." "I mean, what kind of a loser would have to ride in a car like that? Probably the only thing your mother can afford." Finally, I can't take it. "It's my brother Travis's car, and it's not a loser car." "Oh no, it's a loser car, all right. I guess that makes your brother Travis a loser." They laugh. "I didn't think there could be a bigger loser than you, Allie, but I guess I was wrong," Shay says. "Shut up," I say to Shay just as Mr. Daniels walks back in. "You're the loser. You, not him." "Allie," Mr. Daniels calls. "Come here, please." "What?" I ask, trying not to sound disrespectful. "I haven't known you to be a name caller before." "They can call me anything they want, and believe me, they do. But they can't say anything about Travis. Never." "Is Travis your older brother?" "Yeah, he's my big brother." He half smiles. "Is there a difference?" "Yeah, there is. An older brother is older. A bigger brother looks out for you and smiles when you walk into a room." He nods slowly. "I see. I understand you're upset and I appreciate that you're defending your brother, but walk away next time, okay?" I nod, but I have to admit that I'm getting awfully tired of walking away. Chapter 21 is called Butterfly Wishes. Our classroom is brainstorming ideas for a community service project. Shay raises her hand. "I'm having a birthday party and inviting everyone because I don't want to leave anyone out." "How does that relate to our community service project?" Keisha asks, and the whole class waits for an answer. "Well, it's about community. Everyone's being involved." "Yeah, right," Keisha whispers to me. Mr. Daniels compliments Shay on inviting everyone and moves on quickly. Later, as we get our stuff out for lunch and recess, Shay speaks to Jessica in her loud voice. "I'm so mad my mother is making me invite everyone." Then she looks directly at Keisha and me and says, "I hope some people know better than to actually show up." My mom insists I go to Shay's party, even after I tell her that Shay's mean. My mom asks, "Well, there will be other kids there, right? You may actually have fun." Albert grabbed his invitation from the mailbox before his mother saw it. Keisha's family is visiting her grandmother, so I'm alone. At lunch, I ask Albert and Keisha about some diseases I could use as an excuse not to go. "How about the bubonic plague, otherwise known as the Black Plague?" Albert asks. Keisha almost spits out her milk. "Seriously?" That may be a bit much," I say, but then I begin to wonder. What does that look like anyway? "Oh, well, chills, fever, cramps, seizures, toes and fingers and lips and nose turn black because the cells die, and you'll likely spit blood." "Albert," Keisha says, "that's nuts. She can be sick like a normal person, cough, runny nose. Sound familiar?" "That's fine," he says, taking a bite of his sandwich. "It just seems uninteresting, that's all." Shay's party is at the Butterfly Gardens, and when I arrive, I recognize some of the girls from other classrooms. They are all wearing friendships bracelets. Jessica wears even more now. I still ache to have some and wonder if Keisha would like a bracelet like that. Soon we are lined up and brought to the main Butterfly Gardens, which is a clear plastic tent set up inside a bigger room. The tent is filled with plants and flowers, and flying around are tons of butterflies. People stand there and the butterflies land on them, and you can feel how happy people are just by watching their eyes. I'm going to stop right there. Have any of you ever been to the butterfly house at the state fair? Yeah, that's what it's reminding me of. That's a text to self experience connection. Cool. All right. Before we enter the tent, a lady talks to us about the butterflies. She tells us about their patterns and to look for the ones with a giant dot on each wing. These are adaptations to scare other animals into thinking they are eyes. So other animals will think they're bigger and more dangerous and leave them alone. I wish I could do this with Shay, and that Albert could do that with these boys. She reminds us not to grab any butterflies because they are injured easily. We are supposed to stand and let them come to us. Then the lady points to me and says, "They'll love your orange shirt." She's right. The butterflies do come to me. Their colors and patterns make me wonder why I haven't been drawing butterflies. They don't fly like birds. Instead, they kind of fly all over the place. Makes me wonder if I'm part butterfly. I put my arms out like a tree, and one, then two land on my arm. I love them. I never knew before how much I love butterflies. I think about the story Albert told in social studies when we were studying Native Americans. He said that they believed butterflies were special creatures and wish givers, and that if you can catch a butterfly, whisper your deepest wish to it, and then set it free, it will carry your wish to the spirits, who will then grant it. I would never grab a butterfly, but once again, my hands do things without my say so. When a beautiful bright orange and black one lands on my hand, I loosely close my fist around it. And then my thinking part steps forward and quickly realizes what I've done. I open my hand and the butterfly zigzags before landing on the ground. The lady who gave the directions is next to me in a second. "Oh no, what have you done?" she asks. I want to explain about wish givers, but Shay and the others appear. Figures it was Allie. She probably killed it. Everyone knows you can't touch a butterfly's wings. I didn't kill it. I mean, I would never hurt it. I had a wish and I thought that. The girls laugh. "Such a freak show," Shay says. Suki rushes to the butterfly to try to help, but a woman runs over and tells her to step back. "Who are you with?" the woman asks me. Shay's mother steps forward. "She's with us. She's not my daughter. She's part of my daughter's party." I wish my own mom were there. She'd understand. I feel terrible watching the butterfly on the ground, flapping its wings and not going anywhere. I know the feeling. The first butterfly lady wears white gloves as she puts the injured one in a box, saying, "At least its wings aren't torn." The second lady stares at me like I'm a ruthless butterfly hunter. I want to say I'm sorry, but I forgot to because I'm watching mind movies of the butterfly falling and never being better. And then the movie is filled with butterflies that are falling like rain, and I feel as sad as I did watching the real one fall. Suki comes over. "I know you didn't hurt the butterfly on purpose." "Thanks," I mumbles. She's right, but it was still my hand. I guess I just had to make that wish. Sometimes a person will do just about anything for a wish to come true. All right. I'll see you next time with chapter 22.